today. There is a great task ahead of you as you shoulder the responsibility of monitoring the National Social Investment Program in your various communities. The Social Investment Program is a flagship program of the administration of President Muhammad Buhari and is meant to support the vulnerable citizens in the society. We at the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development, working with state government and the Federal Capital Territory Administration, are committed to ensuring that these programs address the needs of the Nigerian citizens. I therefore implore you to pay attention and learn from the facilitators brought here to train you on the monitoring processes and data collection tools you will use in monitoring these programs. Once again, I thank you all and welcome.
Therefore, this all-important event of the training of the third-party monitors, this suggests that the importance and the premium of the federal government of Nigeria places on the social investment program. This will ensure checks and balances that will guarantee a seamless execution of the scheme and achieved results. By now, every objective mind will know that social investment program has impacted positively in the lives of the underprivileged members of the society in various forms, as government has adopted a holistic approach towards ensuring that no citizen of this country is left out of this development space, from the primary school children to the secondary school, to graduates, market women, artisans, poor and vulnerable, rural and urban poor, and a host of many others. This calls for the need to install a mechanism that will checkmate all these activities. Today's activity is therefore a welcome initiative. I am pleased to inform the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development that the FCT administration has, through the conscious support of Honorable Minister Musa Bello and the Minister of State, Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, has achieved landmarks in the XIP championed by your ministry. For instance, a total number of 20,129 poor and vulnerable households are benefiting from the conditional cash transfer, and based on poverty percentage, to mark up the 2 million household for 2020. Additional 3,780 households were recently enrolled, and we have scaled up to the 3 remaining area councils to be captured. In the area of homegrown school feeding program, the Honorable Minister of State has approved the feeding of primary 4 to 6 and directed that all FCT schools that are not on this program to be captured in the year 2021. She was able to capture 4 to 6 because we find out that most pupils in primary 3, even when they pass their exam, Honorable Minister, they refuse to go to the next class because of the school feeding program. So in that regard, she now said we have to feed from 4 to 6 so that when our children pass, they should conveniently move to the next class. And we are aspiring to see if we can equally push with your support, ma, to secondary school, because these particular primary 6 students are asking us, if you feed us in primary 6, are you going to feed us in JS1? And I said we will talk to our Mother Teresa and she will capture that for us. The Honorable Minister of State has designed an exit plan for our cooks to be trained on professional catering services for a sustainable livelihood after the program might have ended, as an exit plan after. She has also approved the provision of food warmers to make sure that our children are served, their food are being served hot to all the vendors in all the 6 area councils. Presently, a total number of 1,006 food vendors have been engaged, feeding over 73,000 out of 200,000 pupils projected in the FCT. Similarly, the HMS has approved a robust exit plan for the outgoing N-Power, who will be trained in various vocational skills equally for sustainable livelihoods. In order to strengthen the system, the HMS constituted a technical committee to assess the FCT performance through the focal persons. The team worked tirelessly, identified areas of strength and areas that required federal government support for efficient implementation of social investment program in the FCT. On the area of JIP, The FCT has driven the frontiers of SIP further by designing a project that will provide entrepreneurship and grant support to the poor and vulnerable. In this regard, a community-based agricultural initiative has been put in place. Already, as I speak, a shea butter processing project has been piloted in Abaji Area Council. The essence of this project, we try to replicate it in all the 6 area councils, empowering them with their produce, with what they produce. As soon as we're ready to flag off, Honorable Minister, we shall let you know. In the course of implementing SIP in the FCT, however, so many challenges were encountered, such as bad roads, insecurity, absence of staff productivity, hazard allowance, lack of logistics, and especially operational vehicles, etc. We appeal to our mommy, the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, to provide us with this support and many more so as to enable smooth implementation of SIP in the FCT. Being, as we know that the ministry is domiciled in FCT, we will really need the support of the ministry so that all the implementation will be done effectively. At this juncture, let me extend the profound and sincere appreciation of the Honorable Minister of FCT and Malam Bello, and on behalf of the entire people of FCT, to Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs for the grants for rural women, and this unique and uncommon NSIP initiative that is alleviating the masses, suffering of the masses. Thank you so much. May God bless the Republic of Nigeria. May God bless our minister. Thank you.
I welcome you to the flag off of the Independent Mointors program for the National Social Investment Programs. The NSIP was created by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016 with the mandate of lifting citizens out of poverty through a number of social interventions that have been mentioned earlier. The JIP program, the Empower, the National Homegrown School Feeding Program, and the conditional cash transfer. These programs were moved to the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development in 2019, following the creation of the ministry in August 2019. The scope of these programs are large, with about 13 million citizens across 36 states and the FCT benefiting from this laudable federal government intervention. Today we are flagging off the training of 5,000 independent monitors that will monitor the programs at the community level. The independent monitors will be assigned to monitor program beneficiaries within their localities, in schools, households, and market clusters, with the focus of ensuring that the primary objectives of these programs are achieved. This training follows an intensive 2-week workshop at the national level by the Monitor and Evaluation Committee set up by the ministry to develop a framework and data collection tools for effective monitoring process. While this is the initial training to get you acquainted with your schedule of duties, the ministry will ensure you continue to receive regular training and guidance for effective monitoring within the communities you are assigned. You will be closely supervised as well by officials of the ministry, and your activities will also be monitored by the ministry and other stakeholders at the state level. It is therefore my expectation that you carry out this responsibility with utmost diligence and sincerity. Please be informed that the ministry will not hesitate to take you off the program if you are found violating the terms of your engagement. We are also working with security agencies like the DSS, EFCC, and the ICPC to monitor these programs and your activities. If you are found engaging in any form of malpractice or fraud, you'll be handed over to them for investigation and possible prosecution. I therefore urge you to carry out this task with a sense of patriotism as we all work towards the vision of Mr. President Muhammad Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. I thank you for agreeing to participate in this national duty, while wishing you a very successful training program and successful one-year tenure. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Announce that I hereby flag off the training for the Empower for the independent monitors. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for the Honorable Minister once more. Thank you very much for the flag off. Like you heard, feeding program, the conditional cash transfer, the JEEP, which is the Government Enterprise Empowerment Program, and the Empower. The job of this independent monitors is going to make our own job easier, in the sense that those areas that we won't be able to reach out, they should be able to reach out to know how these programs are being managed. For example, for the homegrown school feeding, you could hear the minister saying they have to go to places to find out the hygienic nature of the food being prepared for these children. Are all the children under this program being captured? And the vendors too, are they being taken from the zones where they come from? So it's a welcome development. This is not the first time the ministry is doing this, but this is the third batch that the ministry is engaging. And as well, it has equally helped us to know that the ministry themselves are really engaging our youths to have something to do. I think this program is basically for empower volunteers that has been exited from the program. So they have also been engaged for another one-year program, and they are going to end from that. So you could see that the Mr. President's mandate on creating job and wealth to capture almost 20 million Nigerians are being captured here.
Okay, Madam, I want to find out something. This program has been on for years, but the monitoring, the independent monitoring started now.
It didn't start now. It's been there. As you can say, they said this is the third training. For me, they are coming to my state. Is the ministry they are bringing into my state. They are going to visit all the 36 states, including FCT, but they are starting with FCT now. So I'm here to receive. They are training the independent monitors, and because this is FCT where they are training them, I'm here on two reasons. One, to be part of the program, to know that it's been flagged off and the training commences today, and two, to know that these people are coming to my state. And as you can see from the slide, the show presentation, you could see the roles of each and every one of us there. So I'm here to know.
Nigerians would like to know, the selection for the schools.
It was online.
Yes, selection for the schools. Is it limited to just government schools, or private schools are also?
No, private is with public schools are under this program, homeschool feeding program.
So why is it limited to government schools?
My full name is Mrs. Chinwendu Ete in Amber. Thank you.
How many monitors do we hope to?
Amulua Kemila Onsen.
Okay, Ma, can you please tell us why we're here today?
Yeah, we're here to flag off the very important monitoring, training of the independent monitors for the flagship and SIP program of the federal government of Nigeria.
Ma, when you talk about flagging off of independent training of independent monitors, the program has been on for a while now. Why is the independent training just flagging up now, or is this something that has been around for quite some time?
Well, good question. You don't monitor immediately you start a program.
Okay.
You monitor a program when the program has actually started, and you monitor the progress that you're making.
Okay.
Yes. So that's why it's just starting.
Okay, so Ma, in some affirmative words now, can you tell Nigerians the level of progress that have been made so far?
In the program?
Yes.
That is what we want to tell Nigerians now. And that's why, the federal government, under the presidency, have actually recruited the independent monitors across the 36 states of the Federation and, the FCT. And that is why they have also engaged resource persons to train them to know how to do the work. So after this, the whole nation will now know a good, knowledge of the progress of the flagship program.
So the picking of these independent monitors, what was the process like? What was the criteria used in picking the people selected?
Well, I will leave that to the selectors to answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with all these resources added, I hope this program will yield a positive result.
You sure? Because I think I'm very much aware of the efforts that have been invested in terms of resources and human capital, and the level, of knowledge of the people that have been engaged to, and the level of the knowledge of the people that have been engaged to train the independent monitors. So I think it's promising. I'm one of them, so I know myself and I know my colleagues. Thank you.
Once again, what is your name, Ma'am?
Oluwakemila Onsen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Fatia Askederin. I work with the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development on monitoring and evaluation.
Please, Ma, can you tell us why we are here today?
We're here to flag off the monitoring of independent monitors for the National Social Investment Program. There's going to be 5,000 of them, and they're working across the country to monitor the programs that are being implemented by the ministry.
According to the Honorable Minister, she said a lot of resources have been added to this event. So what sort will you talk about this?
Well, a lot of it is human resources. We try to work with experts within the field to make sure that we put adequate processes in place for monitoring of these programs. So a lot of it, we're going to train the people. A lot of it is training, making sure that they understand what they're supposed to do and they have the tools to do what they need to do to monitor these programs. But what is important is that they monitor in the communities where they live, so that day to day they see and they make sure and check what is happening with these programs. So that's the most important aspect to know.
Okay. Ma, talking about the feeding program, which is of course one of the core aspects of the social investment program, I'm aware that it's just government schools, public schools that are beneficiaries of these programs. Why is it limited to just the government schools? Why are private schools not included in the program?
Well, there's always limitation of resources, and you have to prioritize on what is doable at every point in time. So what was started was with the public schools, and the minister just got approval to expand the program by additional 5 million children would be fed. So other schools will come on board. There would always be priority for public schools to make sure that public institutions gain from this. But the more we have, the more we expand, and the more beneficiaries that will be covered by the programs.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. My name is Fatia Askederin. I work with the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. Thank you.
Thank you.